Hey, this is a quick vid on how to adjust the Harland Sharp pedestal mount roller rockers for the Ford 5.0. This is a really neat little setup for those that are still running stock heads, GT40X or P heads that have the pedestal mount rockers, but want the adjustability without having to deal with shims. Now this is on a Coast 331 stroker with an HB turbo on a 10-pound spring. So let me just show you really quick. And here are the rocker arms in detail. Now, not only do these things have the aforementioned adjustable push rod mount right here, which I really like, but also these have a link bar system in them that keep these things rigidly locked together and keeps them in straight order when they're on your valves. Kind of what some people have called them as a poor man's rail system. But I like them. They're roller needle bearings that are in there. Put those on there and you bolt them down like any other rockers, but it keeps them really in line, and I like that feature quite a bit. And then of course you come with the two pedestals that mount between the head and the rockers themselves. And I'm very impressed with these things. So let me show you how to adjust them. Okay, let's get these rockers on the head. First we have the two rockers, and you have the link bar system that intersects with itself. Put that in there. You have the pedestals. They go in between the head and the rockers themselves. The push rod's already in the head. Go ahead and put these in here and get them in their appropriate areas and get these things wedged in there. One thing, of course, with any rocker system, you want to make sure that the push rod is actually in the cup and not off to the side or anything when you go to torque those down and damage them. Another one too is that on the push rod adjustments here, you want those to be all the way out. That way when you go to bolt these things down, you're not already putting preload on the lifters and the push rods and all that. So make sure those are up. The jam nuts and the adjuster itself will be all the way up. So just to make this quick, just torque these down here. The bolt is a 5/16 bolt with a 1/4 Allen head. Okay, you got that. Now the nut is a 12.7/16 and the adjuster is a 1/8" Allen that goes on the inside. Now with any other push rod or rocker adjustment that I'm sure that you guys have watched, what you want to do on these, because they're hydraulic rollers, is you spin the push rod in between your finger. What you do is you start tightening down the adjuster until you get down to the push rod where it just stops spinning in between your fingers. Once you get to that point there, try this one here. That one's pretty darn close. In fact, a little too tight there. Move that one out. All right. Now that those are actually tightened down to where the push rod just doesn't turn, you go ahead and put your wrench on there and you tighten these down to a 1/2 turn past lash. Down on this one. Make sure this is torqued down. We're good there. And then you tighten down the jam nuts. Here. And it's as simple as that. Again, I like the adjustability of these things without having to do the shims like on the old Ford Motorsport roller rockers from years ago, or Proform or any of these. But again, these have been out for a little while, but I highly recommend them. It makes the adjustment way easier, especially if you're still using the factory pedestal mount type heads or any GT40X or P head. Anyway, thanks for watching.